Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. This is GGF bringing you episode 66 of Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. Bong bong, mashallah. Hope you guys are doing well. 1 second, guys. Bear with me. All right, we are back. We're going to get it in tonight, guys. Have some fun. We're in Copper Lane. Don't remember what we were doing last episode. We'll find out, I guess, though. Okay. What were we doing? Oh, we were in Heritage Hill, and we left it because it was a little too difficult. We were talking to Durrance. Should we go explore Ondra's gift? Is that where we should head now? We have 2,300 after some enchanting, which took some money away from us.
Sure.
Let's go check out Brackenberry world map. We'll come down this way. And maybe head... Oh no, we'll head to... We'll go check out the Ducal Palace. We were exploring First Fires a bit, that's right. And we never finished exploring all the buildings there. Are my peeps headed this way or what? There we go. So we can head there and explore the Ducal Palace in First Fires, and then if we complete First Fires, we'll head to Ondra's Gift, the only realm we haven't, or the only district we haven't seen any of yet. Now, we explored the Valian Embassy last time. Let's come up and check out the Ducal Palace, where the Duke sits. Potentially. Talk to a justiciar. Dunstan's as gifted in armor as you'll find in the entire city. We're the greatest fighting force in the Deerwood. Alright, let's head in. The Ducal Palace. Sidley. Oh, wait a minute. Have we been in here? No. Have we? It sort of looks familiar, actually. Yeah. Looking for news? Tell me about the current Duke. That would be Avar Wolfgren. Don't let the title fool you, though. Our Dukes have been elected since independence. Some find Duke Avar rather coarse. He's a frontier noble. Personally, I think a rough and tumble type is just what Defiance Bay needs. Yeah, I think we did explore this, actually. Yeah, there's Firga.
Let's see what lies this way.
And if we talk to Firga...
Hello.
Firga nods. May you be guided and tempered by the flame. Are you still having visions of the falls? Her voice is low and quiet. Yes, and of the cave and something within. Some small bright ember of faith guarded by a terrible danger. I only wish I could go myself. She turns a guilty gaze on the statue. Something else. Goodbye. So we have to find her cave. Right, we can't go in there. We can't sit in on a thing, so let's on a hearing. So I think it's time to head to Ondra's Gift. Let's see how it goes from there. Ondra's gift. Let's go, son. The only remaining unexplored district. Gonna hit my water bottle a little bit here. A little foggy. We're responsible for the safety of every person in the city. Got some refugees. Veggies. I didn't want to come here, but my village wasn't safe anymore. We need more reasonable people in Defiance Bay. Venomancers caused the legacy. They have a lot to answer for. Okay, it's like the shipping/dock section. Grimy windows have been papered over from the inside. Asuna Hamiel. Let's just come in here and explore. Addict house. What are you doing in here? This is our place. A dozen tiny somethings squirm within the pot of rice. Yikes. I could really use a pinch. The man wears a worried expression, trembling from head to toe, continually licking his gums. And we could take their sfef from them, but I don't think that's
There's
really
something you don't see every day.
necessary. 17 golden dukes and an Ondra. Lovely find. And in this building might be another den. Colfedge. 297 copper skates. And a fish. A silver-scaled fish, fresh caught. Dear Wooden Legend suggests that eating fish eyes makes you more clever, though they didn't seem to help the fish any. 5 max endurance, 1 intellect. The CG, I think, is a J sound. Colfedge. A youngish elven man squints at you in surprise. You can't just barge into someone's home like this. Who do you think you are? Who are you? The elf who lives here. Now get out. What now? He looks at you nervously. Leave.
Laying low.
The knob on the underside suggests that the table was fashioned from a derelict door. The slightest pressure causes it to wobble atop the barrels. Okay. Quick save. Bear with me 1 second, guys. For some reason, my temps were really high. I had to turn off the overclock feature. Asuna Hamiel and Branwyn Guina. Let's talk to Asuna Hamiel. You see 4 flickering torches, the only sources of light reflecting across 4 tense faces. Harsh words crackle the air between them as they argue about their course, some wanting to return, some wanting to continue. They move step by careful step through the dank cave, noses pinched and eyes alert. One, a ghostly elven woman, is thrown into the air and onto the ground with a sudden snap, the victim of an unseen trap. The group is surrounded now, skeletal hands reaching from beyond the grave at the intrusion of life in their midst. The group scrambles for their weapons, but too late, the skeletons are already upon them. The fallen elf cracks her eyes open. One of her companions falls, about to be impaled by an ancient spear. Adrenaline floods her system and she screams into action, moving faster than anyone just unconscious has a right to. Eyes white with fear, she conjures a wall of fire, incinerating the skeleton and providing a momentary reprieve for the party. Breathing hard, they share a glance as the passage is flooded with flickering orange and ready their weapons. This time they are ready, and the skeletons last mere minutes before falling to the ground once more. And then we've got, looks like a moon god-like, Bronwynguina. Another woman. You see a young woman standing against the backdrop of a wide grassy plain. Her face is all silver and shadow in the moonlight, and she looks down at the wooden raft at her feet. An older woman lies on the raft, her arms crossed over her chest and her eyes closed in death. Her face is the same dark gray as the younger woman's, and her head bears the same curving protuberances, but that is where the resemblance ends. The younger woman takes a pendant from the older woman's neck and ties it around her own. The platinum medallion shows a crescent moon engulfed by a curling wave, the symbol of the goddess Ondra. The young woman pushes the raft from the grassy beach and into the tide. She stands in the surf and watches it disappear, a silvered tear rolling down her cheek. Aww.
And what does the flame reveal?
That was a pretty cool one. Alright, let's continue exploring. With its crooked and missing shingles, the roof resembles a prizefighter's gap-toothed smile. Oh, whoa.
And what do we have here?
Oh, something in the big crate. Dang, 63 pawns, 12 Lucia, a gold rot chew, 3 Svef, no kidding. Not that we're interested in Svef, mind you. Refugee. So happy to be playing. I didn't play all day. I kind of was sleeping a lot today. Doing other things when I was awake. Let's come in here. It's a rather bigger house. Camping supply, which we don't need at the moment. $25 golden shellings. Rite of the Untamed Wild. Our second one of those. Up here. Darduina. As you enter the room, you see several figures huddled together. They stand at attention, armed but not in matched gear like the Crucible Knights. At the center of the group, one woman looms over another, holding a flail. She snarls at the cowering figure. You've got pages of research here. You expect me to believe this was just your scratch work? It's nothing, I promise. Just my notes. You hear a painful smack as the woman backhands her captive. We know you were meeting with the Crucible Knights. You think they're the only ones with power in this city? They call us the Dozens for a reason. Now I won't ask you again. At a nudge from one of her men, the woman turns and sees you watching. Her eyes narrow. You shouldn't be here. Let her go and I'll pretend I never saw this. It's too late for that. Alright.
Slow and silent.
Brave thousand.
Okay, they're not going to attack her, so we'll just attack here.
Ready, Watcher.
Go the other way. Oh, she can't get through there.
No.
Wait, what are these things? Antelope companions, dang.
What?
Interdict them. Interdict everyone, actually. Its interdiction is ridiculously huge. Hate to have to kill antelopes, but... Let's see. Who's this, Durance?
Hey there.
Oh, mercenary got from behind the line. I'll switch to stag mode. Still.
Yes.
I'll throw some... Then...
Move.
Skellies. Attack Dodwina. Got a mercenary there.
I'm here.
Durance. Elov is taking a beating. Rope your veil.
I'll see you pay for that!
Let's see, Antelope Companion, Mercenary.
Ready, Watcher.
Attack the Antelope Companion.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm all anteloped myself and can't attack anybody. Let me maybe cast a spell though. Let's see. Returning Storm. Stun and deal shock damage. Oh, it's automatic. Spreading Plague. Cast the Plague on her. Can we handle this? Knocked out the Animal Companion. Let's tackle these mercenaries.
Hey there.
Come on, guys.
Following your lead.
Kana, throw 3 more skellies back there. Dodwin is injured. Attack the mercenary. Bonded Grief.
Ready, Watcher. No!
Durance.
Yes?
Eloth. Attack Dodwina.
Yeah?
Anything in here? I can't. Go attack Dodwina. Where's the dare? Right there. Knock that mercenary down. Very good. Dodwina's badly injured. Oh, she's dead. Alzarian killed her. Mercenary's almost taken down. It is. We've got the last mercenary remaining. Bong bong. Fianna's face is covered in bruises, and her eyes wide with shock and relief. I don't know who you are, but thank you. Rapid hitching breaths punctuate her words. I was sure they were going to kill me. She wipes a tear from her cheek, wincing as her knuckle grazes a bruise. What just happened here? I thought I was coming here to meet my, friend from the Republics. Looks like I walked into a trap. She shakes her head. The dozens must have been watching me for a while. I'd been working on a special project for the Crucible Knights, and they weren't exactly subtle about contacting me. Tell me about yourself. I studied animancy in Ozia back in the Valian Republics. I came to Defiance Bay to research local advances, but instead of going to Brackenberry Sanitarium, I found a position as a scrivener at the Temple of Well. I've had access to many rare manuscripts that most animancers never see. She shrugs. Of course, I've had to keep my head down. I've been careful not to let the head librarian or my colleagues know what I was working on about this project. It deals with a rather rare branch of animancy. No offense, but I probably shouldn't get too specific without Commander Cleaver's permission. He commissioned it, after all. She laughs nervously. And you can see the trouble a little indiscretion has gotten me into. Let's get out of here. She nods on a split lip. Commander Cleaver of the Crucible Knights is waiting on my research. Not that you haven't already done a lot for me, but maybe you could take it to him? I'd kept it with me to prevent it from falling into the wrong hands, but you can see how well that worked out. She nods at Dodwina's corpse. She took it from me when I arrived. She takes a deep breath. Anyhow, don't wait on me. I can make my own way out of here. Whoa, what? The gear at Hawane's Sten is upgraded, I guess. Dealt 200 raw damage. So now 300 damage to dazed enemies to unlock the next level. Wow, 10% chance to cast Dominate on hit or critical hit. Plus 15, it's accurate 4, plus 15 accuracy and 15% damage. Plus 20% raw damage, so that's Allots. Or deal 1500 damage to enemies just with the weapon itself, so that's cool. Very nice. Let's check this place out now. 7 Lucia.
Slow and silent.
A hammer and chisel.
Sure.
The water in the pail is murky with blood. Let's see what Darwino was carrying. That's not her. 5 pawns. Some gear. There we are. 7 Lucia. 9 pawns. 9 pawns. Fianna's research. Turns can grab that. Gain a quest item. There is an Aru Procure. Heavy armor. This robust brigandine had been repeatedly reinforced by the Adiran adventurer who once owned it. Thickly padded, the armor was dubbed Aru Procure, Arrowbreaker. It served the adventurer well until her fame and fortune made her grow complacent, and she allowed an opponent to get too close. While Arrowbreaker protected her from projectiles, it didn't provide the same protection against the mace to the side of the head. Plus 10 deflection against ranged attacks, plus 1 move speed. Wow, that's pretty sweet and worth maybe enchanting further. Let's have a dare grab that. And then all this other stuff can go in the stash. Leather armors to sell, helmets, shields, including a large shield, battle axe, and a fine flail. Very nice. Give Fianna's research to Dunstan. Just to remind about this quest. Let's see which one it was. There was one to find Fianna. There it was. Commander Cleaver of the Knights of the Crucible has a plan to address the shortage of trained soldiers. He's asked Forge Master Dunstan to construct Forge Knights, soldiers made from suits of armor. Dunstan has crafted the armor, and now he just needs the research from Fianna to complete the project. Or Vianna. It's not a Y there. I don't know. Fianna, Vianna. Okay. Very good. So we've got the research. Can we check out the research? Doesn't seem so. But the range deflection and movement speed is pretty crazy. It's better than a regular plate armor, I would think. Even though it's shockproof of Constitution 1 and fine, it is only a 10. But we can make it fine quite easily to take it to a 12 versus like a 16 that the plate armor is. We can also give it up Constitution and also proof it. So we'll consider that rather than just a regular old plate armor. Even if it is enchanted a bit, it's not a unique plate armor. That'll be a cool project. So making some quest progress to start things off here. Very nice. Here's Heritage Hill. If I come over here, I should be able to get out here. Ooh, sailor. Yep. Courtesan. You look like you want to have a good time, honey, and I'm all open for business. Justiciar. There's a rumor one of the novitiates had the soul of an Adirian general. Dunstan is in first fires, I think. Yeah, Crucible Keep. Sagani. Yeah, I thought that was an injury, but it's actually, what is that? Swift aim. Go report back to Dunstan. Dunstan would be up here. Dunstan. Something else on your mind? Commander Cleaver said you're working with an animancer to build Forge Knights.
So much for his talk of secrecy. I'm building Cleaver's Metal Warriors. He says they're what we need to keep order in Defiance Bay, so...
Dunstan massages his temples, leaving soot streaks on the sides of his face. He shrugs and shakes his head. Do you disagree with Cleaver about well, how are you creating these Forge Knights? Suits of armor and souls. Cleaver's had me repairing and reinforcing unused armor for months now, just so we can fill them with some poor sod's essence. He wipes his shining brow. As long as that scholar girl's got her numbers right, infusing the armor with a soul won't be that hard, but that's not what bothers me. You need Viana's research to complete them. She's been working on a method to transfer the souls into the armor. Getting the process just right is critical. He holds up one hand. Bind the souls too tightly and you get something like those flesh constructs at the sanitarium. Barely bright enough to avoid walking into a wall. He raises his other hand. But bind them too loosely and they'll be too self-aware for their own good. Mad killers in metal bodies. Do you disagree with Cleaver about the Forge Knights? I disagree with them on near about everything, and this is no exception. These Forge Knights won't solve our manpower problem. He can call them what he wants, but they aren't knights. Doesn't take Itamak's nose to smell the trouble here. A group that can't stand together is headed for a fall. He folds his arms and looks at the ground. And don't get me started on the other problem. Those souls he's bought to power the Forge Knights, Cleaver keeps telling himself that they came from willing donors, but he knows better. There's a reason you have to buy souls through less than legal channels. We should be clearing those scavengers off the road, not doing business with them. Enough about the Forge Knights. If only. Give him Viana's research. I think this is what you've been looking for.
That's what Cleaver's been looking for anyway. If you found it, I guess I've got to start.
Dunstan scratches his beard. Gained 1134 experience. You don't sound too happy about this. I'm not, and I've made it clear to Cleaver that this is a mistake. Trying to harness souls like this, it's a crime against the gods, and it's bound to earn us more trouble than it saves. But Cleaver's given me his orders, so I've got to build these things as best I can. Anyway, Cleaver's told me I'm to sell you any arms or armor you might want. You won't find better anywhere in Defiance Bay, I can promise you that.
Now, time to see if that Valian was worth all that blood and copper.
He turns to his forge hammer in hand, takes a polished breastplate, and goes to work. Built to last. Complete.
I'll be damned. To be honest, even I wasn't expecting it to work this well. Back to it. Cleaver will want me to finish the rest of them. And it sounded like he has a job for you, too.
Dunstan folds his arms as he surveys his handiwork, and he wipes the sweat from his brow. Show me what you have for sale. The White Spire for 9K. The White Spire was found among the possessions of a member of the Order of Bleakwalkers, though it seems to have predated her. The spiraling engravings upon the blade are flanked by small, finely etched symbols of binding and enchantment. which might be credited with the permanent chill of the metal and the thin dusting of frost upon the estock's hilt. Ooh, it's a unique estock, worth 1,200. 5 DR bypass, inflicts disorienting for 5 seconds on hit. Grants Blizzard 3 per rest. Nice. Blizzard isn't avowed. Very useful spell. Let's look up what disorienting does, actually. And then he's got a bunch of fine stuff. And some exceptional armors. Wow. Heldrick's coat. An anomaly among Rayed Sarens, Heldrick was a renowned explorer. If there was a stretch of land that could be trod upon, he endeavored to reach it. He became enamored with the harsh beauty of the white that wends after an early expedition, and resolved to travel there as often as he was able. Accustomed to more temperate climes, he pulled the coin he'd gathered selling exotic artifacts to commission armor which might protect him against the bitter cold of the southern reaches. Plus 30 defense against prone attacks, plus 15 defense against push attacks, plus 3 damage reduction freeze, and it's exceptional, plus 4 damage reduction, 17 freeze, 11 corrode, 18 crush. That's a very nice set of armor as well. Very, very nice. And it's only 4,800. Exceptional plate mails and stuff. Forge Master's gloves. These gloves are made of a thick, flame-retardant leather that can protect the wearer's hands from the heat of the forge. They're warm to the touch. These once belonged to a weaponsmith of the Deadfire Archipelago. His skill brought many customers to his shop, but as a large percentage of them were pirates and criminals, he frequently found himself robbed of his fine stock. He had his forge gloves enchanted with spells that would ensure that he was never caught defenseless by thieves. 5 damage reduction burn, and grants Firebrand 3 per rest. Summon a weapon, Firebrand, for 30 seconds. Universal Greatsword, worth 1,000. Damaging 3, 45% damage, 4 accuracy, 50% to crit damage multiplier, 29 to 44 burn damage. The Greatsword is renowned for its ability to cause deadly wounds even against terrible beasts. Oh, summoned by powerful magic, this sword's blade appears to be one long tongue of flame. Nice, that's pretty cool. And they're 3,800, a little overpriced, I would think. Shod in Faith. The priestess who first wore these boots was a devotee of Barath, and so steadfast in her faith that she eschewed the use of healing spells and potions in battle. She believed that Barath would preserve her until the end of her appointed cycle, at which point the god of life and death would take her soul's due. Even others in the priesthood scoffed at her recklessness, and yet she was never felled in battle. The most furious onslaughts of her enemies only seemed to revitalize her, and she was a very old woman when she finally passed in her sleep. Grants consecrated ground when hit by a critical hit once per encounter. Consecrated ground. Nice. Friendly AoE of 0.9.3 or plus 9.3 endurance over 1 second. So on a critical hit, it restores health. Those are pretty cool. Worth 3,000. Might be still a little overpriced. But he's got some cool stuff. Fine Pike, Fine Estoc, the White Spire. 3 Blizzards. And Disorienting. Let's go look up Disorienting. As Built to Last updated. Disorienting is in the Cyclopedia. Oh. Disorienting is not a thing. Afflictions and injuries. Disorienting confusion. Makes the character behave erratically. Every 6 seconds, the target checks randomly to do one of the following: behave normally, attack an ally, walk in random direction, or do nothing. I don't know what Disorienting actually does, but very cool. Built to Last. You can now complete the Forge Knights, and we have a job from Cleaver. Well, it's still going on, it seems. No. It's complete. Let's go talk to Cleaver for now, and then we'll come back and... Oh, there's the Forge Knight. Can't talk to it. Darn. Alright, pretty cool. I have a lot of motivation to want to beat this game. Because I really want to see Pillars 2. I also want to see the White March in this game. I've never played the White March. Commander Cleaver. How may I be of assistance? Was there more you needed me to do?
Dunstan will complete the first squad of Forge Knights in no time. Now the High Justice will want to have his Forge Masters at Fleetbreaker Castle create more. I've made a copy of Viana's research, and the High Justice has sent a courier to Anslog's Compass to retrieve it. The dozens have gotten too active for the courier to come to Defiance Bay, and after Viana's kidnapping, we've got to assume they know about our plans. That's why I'm sending you to deliver the research. You shouldn't be recognizable to the dozens. Yet.
He points the finger of one polished gauntlet at you. Yet? Now there's a revealing word. But after this, I expect they'll learn of your association with us, and they won't be too happy about it. Neither will the Doeminels. He snorts. They're trying to expand the family business, and they resent us for standing in the way. Consider it done.
Anslog's Compass is a small lagoon just north of Defiance Bay. Your contact will be a commander named Arenroad. She'll meet you by the docks. Return to me when you've finished. The High Justice has made the expansion of the Forge Knights his top priority, which means it's mine as well.
Alright, travel to Anslog's Compass. Let's head back to Dunstan, as he's got all this cool stuff, and I think we will... I'm not sure what we're going to buy from him yet. He turns from his forge, setting his hammer on the work table. You need something? Dunstan yells, as if deafened by repeated hammer blows. See the white spire, grants blizzard, inflicts disorienting for 5 seconds on every hit. 5 DR bypass. Kana could use that. Heldrick's coat. Pretty nice that it's exceptional. 3 damage reduction freeze, and then 30 defense against prone attacks, 15 defense against push attacks. Exceptional plate armor is a 16. Exceptional plus 4 damage reduction, 20 slash and pierce. Wow, only 8 shock. Exceptional breastplate, brigandine. Fine plate armor is a 14. Oh, I guess it already adds up. Let me see here. What's the plate armor in the stash? Yeah, it's a 12. Okay. It doesn't have any enchantment. So it does add that automatically to the mixture. Shot in faith. Consecrated ground when hit by a critical hit. But it only heals 9 endurance. But in a friendly AoE, which is nice. There's so many good magical items throughout the city. 9 endurance over 1 second. Friendly AoE is 2.5 meters radius from the caster. Oh, the AoE duration 30 seconds. So wait a minute. Does that mean for 30 seconds we heal 9 endurance every second? That can't be right. Can't be right. That would heal 300 endurance. But then on the other hand, just healing 9 endurance doesn't seem right either. That seems too low. 3075. Rubrica. Move speed, deflection against ranged attacks. 13 crush, 8 corrode. Make it fine, which is going to add 2 more damage reduction to it. Can make it of Constitution 1. And possibly slash proofed. Plus 3 damage reduction slash. Which would give a 15 slash. Let's see what Adair's rocking here. A 14. 1 Constitution, 3 damage reduction shock. So shock's at 9. 18 pierce and slash. Yeah, that's really good. And this one's only a 10, right? Until we make it a 12. And only a 13 crush. The move speed, though. And 10 deflection against ranged attacks. And it's heavy armor. Maybe we can give that to... No, not Sagani. She's got... good plate armor. Give it to Kana, maybe? He's got the hand and key. 25 defense against confused, charmed, dominated. And it's a DR10. Medium armor. Yeah, we'll give him a rubric here. For that move speed, especially. Bong bong. Oh, that looks awesome. Look at that. That looks awesome. And the hand and key can come up here to me. Ramen accidentally. Of intellect, crush proofed, and fine. 17 slash, 7 crush. 1 intellect. And it's an 11. This is a 10. 13 pierce. Recovery speed is only 40%. Defense against confused, charmed, and dominated. And we can make a 13 slash as well. I'd probably that over the fine mail. 17 slash is great, but 14 slash or 13 slash won't be too bad. We can give it of intellect. If that's not being suppressed. Is it being suppressed? No. Alright, so let's enchant the hand and key, I guess. It's already fine. Give it of intellect, a bloodstone, a springberry, a scolder ear, and 300 copper. Wait, let's I mean, it'll be good to not get dominated and stuff in future encounters. Good to make it of intellect, bong bong, and then proofing will go slash proofed. An amethyst, a deer cap, a beetle shell, and 100 copper. Bong bong. So now we have... It's worth more now. 13 pierce, 13 slash, 9 burn, 9 freeze, 5% more recovery speed. The defense against confused, charmed, and dominated. Plus 1 intellect. That is now an upgrade. Bong bong. And this fine mail armor. Durance has Durance's robe, which is Constitution 2 and burn proofed. It's not made fine though. We could do for 600 copper. That's going to put us further away from buying a magical item. Minor cloak of protection. We'll just put that in the stash for now. We have some books to read. Find male armor. He's got the rubric here. Should I sell it? I could get 540 for it. Yeah, I think we'll sell it. Everybody else has got better. Get 540. And we already have 2,900. Let's go in the stash. Sell value low to high. Bunch of leather armor. Couple mails. Fine leather armor. Fine robe. We're up to 980. Which gives us enough potentially to grab like Forge Master's gloves, 5 damage reduction, burn grants Firebrand. And Firebrand, it's fast, 3 per rest. Universal Greatsword, 2-handed. Big time burn damage, which is already affected by the 45% damage, 4 accuracy, 50% crit damage. Could we give that to Durance, maybe? Damage reduction burn. Shot in Faith. Grants consecrated ground when hit by a critical hit. I think we'll buy those. But let's see who can use them first. We'll trade these. 3888. Fulvano's boots. Okay, Adair's not wearing them. I'll give them to Sagani. Those are really sweet. Sweet feet coverings. Shot in Faith. Bong bong. And Sagani can put them on, and let's make sure. Doesn't say. But we know it's there. 5 intelligence only, or intellect. Only 8 con. Wait a minute, her stats are way down. Why are her stats so down? Swollen eye. -4 perception. But why the heck is intelligence? Something's not proccing here. Her might was not a 10. It was much higher than that. Was it not? Dare, might, constitution. +2 unwavering resolve. Kona 18 intellect, 16 and 13. There's her stats. Wow, they were really jacked up for some reason. Oh, they're down here. Oh, that's Itamak. Oh. Our puppy. Itamak has a swollen eye, I think. Yeah, her stats are on point. Very good. So she's all decked out and everything, just needs a magical helmet of some sort. And we're down to 800 kappa. Now, with all this taken care of, let's see how long we've been playing. 15 minutes, so I'm going to wrap it up here. I want to say thank you guys for joining me. I do hope you enjoyed tonight's or today's episode, as the case may be. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. Also, if you want to become a huge help for the channel, you become a member. Information's in the description, so check that out if interested, along with the proper links are there. And yeah, I hope to see y'all next time. Let's keep it moving. This was episode 66. Lots of good quest progress. We're going to keep that moving next time. And head to Anslug's Compass, probably. Which should be interesting. And see if we have a combat meeting with the dozens. Look at the magical weapon. And then also I have one. Kana has the gun that's flaming, so yeah, hope to see y'all next time. Until then, be well, live well, stay well. Much love, peace, and joy. We're going to try to keep the money flowing in so we can keep buying these magical items up. There's so many, like I said, throughout the city. Fascinating stuff. So I'll see you guys next time. Live well, be well, stay well. Much love, peace, and joy. I think I said that already. It's all good. Catch you guys then. Ciao for now.